All right, so part two, I'm making custom brushes. This time, instead of making custom brushes from type, you guys are going to use, or this is a way that you can make custom brushes from photographs. Probably the best photographs to use are photographs that have some sort of texture in them. So you can use your cell phone or simply the internet to go download a photograph of something that has texture. Here I've got sort of a basket weaving texture, and then it looks like a wood bark texture. And actually the same thing that you're going to do for a text brush is sort of the same aspect or the same direction that you're going to make or take when you make these brushes. One key aspect to this, though, is because you're working from an image that has color, you will have to go into Photoshop and turn this image to a black and white image. In other words, you're going to have to desaturate the image itself. You're going to have to take away any of the color properties that are already in your image. And while one of mine down here looks like it's already sort of black and white, there is some elements of brown and gold in there. So to desaturate an image, make sure that you've got the image already sort of open and you're on that layer. And it's as simple as going to the top where it says image and mousing down to the second option that reads adjustments. In this adjustments pop-out menu, there is an option almost at the bottom called desaturate. When you click on this, your whole image is going to look black and white, but actually what's happening is all the color properties have been sucked out, have been taken away. This is still a color image. However, all the color that was originally there on this layer is gone. To make any one of these into a paintbrush, it's as simple as using a selection tool like the rectangular marquee, or in this instance, the elliptical selection, and simply draw a selection or draw out that shape that you want. And again, head up to the edit menu, and about halfway down where the define brush presets option is, click that. Everything that's on the inside of that selection will be what gets turned into a brush. And you can, of course, name it whatever you want, or just leave it as sample brush and click OK. To show you what that looks like, I can go ahead and make a brand new layer and start painting with that brush. I have the color red shows, and there's my paintbrush. Now, one additional thing that I didn't get a chance to show you guys really quick was a way that you can add sort of this area or this fading to the edges. It's actually very simple. If I go back to the original image here and click on the marquee tool, I was using a circle. When I go to draw this selection, right, and I have a circle around here, there's an option at the top. There's a box that reads feather, and you can type in a number. Feather is another term for blurring of the edges, and depending upon what number you leave there, it will blur the edges of your selection. If I type 0 and I don't have anything in there, any numbers, any type of value, what'll happen when I draw this selection and make a paintbrush out of it is, instead of it having blurry edges, it will be nice and crisp and clean, kind of like a hard brush. And to show you guys the difference of that, I'm going to go ahead and turn back that layer on, but this time paint in a different color, maybe blue, and bring back my paintbrushes, and now you'll see the difference. How the edge of the paintbrush is now crisp and clean instead of faded and blurry. That just happens because I set the feather to a certain measurement, and you can play around with those measurements as you need to. Thanks a lot. This has been creating custom brushes from photographs.